I'm sitting here with Mike Gannon from Nashua, New Hampshire. I guess I've kind of labeled you Nashua Police Department's most famous victim of 2006.
Yes, you have.
And people have heard from you recently about more recent problems that you've had with them, but you've had some even since I talked to you last. Tell me what happened the other day. You had a camera taken away from you by the police department that showed what they were doing?
Yes, I carry a little digital camcorder with me, pocket size, and I was walking my dog like I do every night, and the two of us are being yelled at. I'm being yelled at from the VA to lose that weight, and the dog vet's yelling at me that he needs to lose weight. So the two of us take a nightly walk about the same time.
So the government's telling you need to take that walk?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The program's called Move, and I have to take a walk, and me and the dog every night take a walk around about almost a mile block from my house, down through Dunkin' Donuts, which does not make us cross Canal Street. We stay on the other side of Canal, within Canal, Lock, Chandler, and Main Street, and that's our block, and we walk that almost every night. And I was yelled at out the window of a car, and a few words were discussed, and next thing I know was they got my camera, I'm being maced, punched, and maced again.
And this is what day?
July 1st, I believe the date was, about 6 o'clock.
And this time, though, there were quite a few witnesses, though, correct?
Yes, it was a normal crowd that sits down there at the Common there.
And I've seen many of the interviews with witnesses explaining on kingcast.net what was happening, what happened, and corroborating your story, sounds like. So it kind of gives you a little bit more...
Right. I mean, a few of them are, of course, afraid to speak out against their police department and their government, but...
Yeah, there were people at our demonstration in Nashua a couple of days ago who were, I asked them if they wanted to be photographed, and they weren't so sure they wanted to be. They thought it might put them in danger,
Right. People do run scared down in that area.
Yeah.
And
but they came to the protest, which is important.
Right. But yes, there's quite a few witnesses, and which is totally against what they put in the paper. My statement, their story is pretty extreme, I say, because they're saying I was blocking traffic and in some form doing like a Mexican hat dance or something on Canal Street, which I'd like to see them prove that I was even on Canal Street.
Well, let's see the video, guys. Let's see all that video.
Right, they have a what do they call it? A police substation right there, not even maybe 100 feet away. I wouldn't even say that far. And it's got several cameras on it, and I think they better utilize their cameras to prove that I was on Canal Street.
And it's funny, my instinct would be generally to call the police, get their side of the story, as long as I can record that entire interaction.
Right.
But that puts you, there's a wiretapping law that puts a chilling effect on that.
Right.
Exactly. It's more dangerous to call somebody and be recording, even if you inform them, than it is to just stand there with a camera. So it kind of keeps me from getting their side of the story.
Right. It keeps them at bay.
This wiretapping law, which they of course used like a bludgeon over you in 2006.
Yes, they did. And we're still fighting today.
It keeps me from getting easy access to their side of the story.
Right. I agree with you. And like right now, Chris King is fighting hard to get some kind of access to these tapes.
Yeah.
And the other day they were using something about a juvenile law because my juvenile son, well, at the time he was a juvenile, was involved in this. So yeah, they're hiding behind juvenile laws.
This is the tapes from 2006 where they came into your house and took your recorders and everything.
Right. Yeah, they ransacked my house, and yeah, they did a good job.
Well, it made them look really bad.
It did, yes,
in the public eye.
Yes, it did.
It's like they don't understand.
And then like this time here, I do carry a camera with me because what they have done in the past. And I mean, this ain't the first time that I've been, they've yelled out the window at me and said something. I mean, I've been on my front porch and they slow down. I'm not complaining about the whole police department, don't get me wrong. There are a few that their heads need to be torqued down a little bit and screwed back on. The rest, 75%, 50 to 75%, hey, they're just doing their job.
My guess is they're probably relatively good people who are operating in a system that just really takes the worst in you and amplifies it.
That could be it.
It's a systemic issue with almost any of these police departments anywhere in the country.
Well, it is. Money, power, corruption.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, most of them that, you run into are, they're doing their job and that's it.
Yeah.
But you got a few of them now, their heads a little swelled.
Well, something else I was going to ask you. Well, have you thought of any way that this kind of situation could be resolved that kind of benefits both you and the department, like a win-win solution? Has anything like that ever popped into your mind?
The only way I can see it is for me to win is to move the hell out of Nashua at this point. So I got a 4-family building up for sale if anybody would like to buy it at max price.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
It's like ethnic cleansing.
The thing is I don't feel safe anymore. What's the next? I'm 55 years old. What's the next thing?
We're not safe anywhere. It's America. It's modern 2011 America. It's like living in the McCarthy era or something.
Yeah, right.
Except everybody's a communist now. I mean, the McCarthy era, they just came after communists, and there weren't very many.
Right.
But it was supposedly. But now there's, everybody's the enemy of the state.
Right. And I'm scared. The wife and I have finally come to the conclusion that we're selling and we're moving. Or we're even going to let the bank have it at this point.
Well, I hope you'll at least stay in the state.
We're thinking, we're not going to leave the state, but I ain't staying downtown Nashville because what's going to happen to me the next time?
Yeah.
I mean, how many more, times can an older man, I'm 55, I'm in good shape, but I mean, I can't take on a 23-year-old while I'm handcuffed and have my face punched in.
Well, you're not supposed to take him on.
Right. No,
you're supposed to let him beat you up and get video of it, but they didn't let you do that. They took your camera.
Again, yes.
Yeah.
The whole conversation, I'd say from the beginning, I missed the initial horn beep, the initial yelling out the window, but I do have, I believe, the second comment, which brought on my comment, corruption at its finest.
Oh, it was on camera.
Yes.
I see, yeah.
From their comment to my answer, all the way up until I never turned it off.
Yeah.
So,
It may have continued running for some time after it was in their hands, too.
I believe it was. Possible.
Yeah. And do you know if anyone else got any video?
I heard there was another woman there video recording it, and we're trying to find out who she was.
Okay. Yeah, the witnesses, I heard there were 20 or 30, but will you be able to find half of them, or?
So far, I know them all.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's coming down to who's willing to have, who's not really afraid to step forward and talk.
Okay.
That's what it's come down to now.
All right. Well, Mike, hang in there, and best of safety to you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you as this goes along.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming to our demonstrations, too.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I have to, I'm getting tired of what I'm seeing, period. Not just with you or just period, within my city. And it's time to wake up.
Yep.
I'm paying $1,100 a month in taxes. And I don't even get a street cleaner once a year. So it's time to wake up, people.
They think you need to be cleaned off the street is what they're doing.
Well,
they treat you like...
Yeah, they do. They don't like me.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
They've treated me that way, too. And I know I don't need to be cleaned off the street.
Yeah. But, I'm willing to sell them to my building at fair market value. If they want it, they can have it. I bought the building to take the drugs off my street.
Yeah.
And this is the thanks I get from my police department. I took their photo op away, is what I was told when I did that.
Huh.
By one of the ladies in the, what do you call it, the Crime Watch group for French Hill.
Photo op?
Yeah, because whenever they needed a photo opportunity, they used to raid the building I own now to take out the Gonzalez brothers.
Oh, I see, because it's a cleaner building than it was before.
Yeah, a lot cleaner. Yeah, there's a lot cleaner. I mean, there was a family of three. Well, they had 3 apartments, and it was like a revolving door with selling the heroin and the cocaine and everything else. Not metal drugs. These were drugs that would hurt people.
Yeah.
The heroin and the addiction drugs. And I had just moved in there with my 2 boys, and I confronted him once, and his answer was, you can move. And it was like, well, wait a minute, I work for a living. I can buy and evict. And that's what I did. That's how I ended up with this building.
Wow.
I bought
out drug dealers.
I bought the building the drug dealers were in evicting.
I see, okay. Oh, wow.
And when I did that, somebody in the neighborhood said, you just took their photo off and took it away.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you, Dave.